Stutter here, and today YouTube I'm going to be doing a completely different video to what I would normally do. Now today I'm going to explain something that you maybe don't even know that I actually have, and that is my stutter. So like the video, and I hope you enjoy what I'm going to sort of explain and tell you about. See you soon. Now, some of you probably don't even know that I have an actual stutter, and that's mainly because I have to really think about what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do, and also because of I'm behind a phone, I'm behind my laptop that I'm now talking to you through, I'm behind cameras and iPads. I've not got the interaction that is one-on-one with you as the actual viewer, and I think it's mainly sort of a confidence thing. So I'm alright talking and standing up in front of 30, 40, 50 people. I can do power presentations, I can do all that sort of stuff. You put me in a room one-on-one with someone and I'm going to be freeze. Now normally that's the other way around, and I think that's just because of what my kind of stutter is like and what my own confidence is like. Now my sort of stutter, it started off when I was about 1 or 2 years old, and it started off as a confidence thing, and I sort of struggled to talk and to explain different words, and my mum couldn't really understand what I was really trying to say. And then I went to Lilliput, and I had speech therapy for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years even, and they sort of show me different tricks and techniques, and mainly my stutter is I repeat the sounds and I repeat the words. It's really just sort of a normal stutter, but it's mainly sort of the confidence. You have to sort of stand back and just sort of give yourself a bit of time, a bit of breathing time to sort of think about what you're going to sort of say. And when I'm doing sort of speeches like here now, I'm not stuttering at all now, but that's because my brain is thinking of different words to say, different words to switch. So if I'm getting stuck on a certain word, so for an example, a certain word that I sometimes struggle on is my own name. Now if you come up to me and goes, "What's your name?" that's going to straight away knock me off my sort of stool, and I'm going to be Stephen, and that's what sort of my sort of stutter is, where the sound just extends and extends and extends. And whereas when I've been at my speech therapy, they've taught me ways of saying the sound before the letter. Now we would go t, so you'd say the word, then the sound follows. Now I have to go Stephen. So it's all sort of different ways and techniques that I've been taught all over the years, and that's mainly just what my sort of stutter is like, really. Now another sort of question that I get asked quite a lot is, what help have you had? Now for me, ever since I was 1 or 2 years old, I had tests because they thought I was deaf. Maybe I couldn't hear what the sounds were being said, maybe I couldn't hear what was being said, and then it all sort of stopped. I was able to talk, and then I got into year 3, and I had one of my favourite teachers in year 3, and my stutter then started to pop on, and I wouldn't be able to say certain words, I wouldn't be able to say certain sounds. So then I went on and had a speech therapist. Now my speech therapist she's been the same woman, I've had the same woman for all the time. So ever from the age of about 6 or 7 until my last speech therapist appointment was probably Christmas time just gone, so Christmas 2015, and she basically said that my stutter is mainly all the way around sort of a confidence thing. So if I'm able to keep myself under control and keep myself calm, then my stutter is basically able to not be heard. Like now, I'm not stuttering because I've got myself under control. I'm able to. There's a couple of main points, and that's mainly breathing, confidence, and just not allowing anybody really to sort of pick on you or say any words, because that's something that I've had the numerous jokes. You still get the odd joke now, sort of spit it out, can't say it, and little bits and bobs. So mainly the real sort of help that I've had is from the National Health Service, so that's sort of speech therapist and hearing tests, and so it's really just sort of the National Health Service, really. Now, another question that I get asked quite a lot is, what sounds can't you say, Stephen? What words can't you say, Stephen? Now, the letter after P, which is I can't even say it now, I physically can't say the word, but the sound I can't say. But I can say a question, and I say, okay, quickly, but if I try to say Queen of England, then you can notice that I'm sort of stuttering a bit. So I say the letter after P is normally the letter that I can't say. Now, words, it's sort of depending on who I'm talking to, what I'm talking about. And mainly when I'm talking about my own stutter is when I'm normally starting to sort of stutter more and not be able to say certain sounds. But it's mainly just sort of my name. And through the help that I've had from speech therapists, I've been able to learn different techniques and different breathing techniques to sort of keep it under control and be able to talk about it without building and working myself up. So it's normally words that begin with the letter can't say it. The letter after P is normally when I start to stutter more. So I can. It really depends on who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about and what the actual words is that I'm being asked to say. Now, another question that I get asked quite a lot is, how do you still have the confidence to talk to people even if you have a stutter or you stutter sometimes? Now, the confidence I wouldn't say is something that I just have myself. Now, I'm able to talk for absolute hours and hours and hours. And I'd normally say different people have different levels of confidence. Now, I'm able to stand up, like I've said previously in a couple of questions back, is I'm able to stand up in front of a whole English or maths class. I'm able to talk about whatever it is that I'm trying to say, or I can put my hand up in lessons and ask different questions, and that doesn't really bother me. I'm able to debate about stuff. But it's normally just the one-on-one, and I think that's because it's such a direct talking. You're talking to one person, and you have to give that person the main eye contact, and that's normally something that I sort of struggle with. Looking at that person and talking to them directly is when I start to stutter more. So when I'm talking in front of 30, 40 people, I'm able to look at different objects around the room, look at different people, and when they start to smile, you can tell that obviously what I'm saying is sort of alright, or they're just sort of trying to give me that little confidence boost. And the main confidence I get is from my peers, and other mates in my Angel classroom. So I'm actually quite thankful I have got mates who are able to take the time to help me finish my sentences, to help me finish words, or even just sort of have a general sort of giggle and laugh about what I've said or how I've said it. Now, recently, when I'm talking, I'll be and it sounds like I'm actually beatboxing. And quite a lot of my mates, they'll laugh about it, they'll knock me about it, and they'll sort of have a mugging session, as you would say. And I think that's sort of other stuff that sort of gives you the confidence that people are able to have a laugh about your problem. Now, I wouldn't say it is a problem. I wouldn't say that it's not a problem, but it's obviously something that I'm able to deal with. Now, I think if you've got any sort of problem, the best confidence boost is being able to just laugh it off or say something before someone else is able to say something. Now, I had a sort of, for about 3 or 4 years, I could say that I was sort of a bit sort of bullied or sort of a bit picked on, and that sort of knocked all the confidence out of me. And then one day I just decided, right, whenever I stutter now, I'm going to be the actual joke about it, and I'm going to make the actual joke. From then on, now people know that it's not really that funny no more. You get the odd little comment and every so often, but it's mainly having the confidence in yourself that you're not going to stutter, and that's the best way of answering that question. Now, another question is there any other problems that you think that you have with your stutter? And the only problem that I have, and it's not about my stutter, it's about my own personality, and that is that I take things to heart too much. Now, if someone's having a laugh and joke about me trying to say a certain word, so Queen, people now would be laughing because I'm not able to say it, and sometimes I get myself worked up that I'm not able to finish what I'm trying to say. I do get a little bit wound up sometimes that I'm not able to say certain sounds, or when I'm trying to talk, I know what I want to say, I'm not able to talk, and people are laughing. It's mainly not trying to take it to heart before they sort of explain why they found it funny, and normally I do sort of laugh it off. So sometimes I think it's the main problem is that I take things to heart. Now, what I want to say is I want to give everybody that has a stutter or a stammer or a speech impediment or a lisp, I want to give you some advice. And now my advice is don't be ashamed of it. It's something that makes you as a person. It doesn't matter if you stutter for 25 hours. It doesn't matter if you stutter every so often that you get normal. It's a normal human thing, and everybody stutters eventually when they get really, really nervous. Now, my best advice is ask to see a speech therapist, ask to talk to someone at school, see if your mum and dad know that you've got past history with other people in your family that have got stutters. And the main advice that I can give anybody is it doesn't really matter if you have got an actual stutter. Now, I want you to comment in below if you have got a stutter or a speech impediment or anything like that, and I'll answer you, or you can ask me some questions and I'll make another video, hopefully, maybe soon. Now, I want to say thanks for watching. It's been a sort of a weird sort of video. I don't normally open my heart up and tell everybody everything. So I want to thank you. I want you to drop a like. Let's try to go for maybe 5, 10 likes on this video. Let's try to break some viewing records. And comment below if you like the video. And I'll see you soon. Stutter out.